As an international student, have you ever had that feeling of wanting to change your program? Like you get in with a particular program and you realize that along the way, this is not it for you and you want to change it, but you feel stuck? Well, this video is for you because I changed my program when I got here. And as much as is possible, nobody warned me about some of the things that I had to, go through financially. If you're thinking of changing your program to something else and you're feeling that it's not possible, well, it is possible, but there are certain things that you need to consider first. So if you're ready, I am ready. Let's get right into it.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love.
So for me, I got into Canada with a postgraduate program called Global Business Management. And I know some of you have already maybe doing or pursuing that program. Yeah, it's a very good program. When I came in here in Canada with that particular program, it was good. I mean, when I came in, classes had already begun, so I had to just go right into it, which I did. So along the line, and I think it was just 2 weeks to we ending the first semester. I realized that no, this is not it. This is not it for me because no, financial accounting, economics, I felt like, you know what, I had to just manage. I had some of the professors coming to me telling me, oh, you can do it, you don't have to change program. When I got in here, right, at a point, it was more like, getting a job. So I didn't really care much about what the school body was about or which department I could go for help and everything. You know, when you come in, you're stuck, you're just learning and you're just looking for a job. That is what is on your mind. So I really didn't know much until I think when I started becoming frustrated, I started looking around and I started talking to people and someone was like, you know what, if you really want to change your course, I think I spoke to somebody and the person was like, if you really want to change your program, just go to the international center and maybe they can help you with that. So I got in there and I spoke to the lady and she was very nice to me. She was, oh, you can change this and everything. I mean, it was good. The time to when I came in to change my program. When I came in, we were already done with the first semester. We were like 2 weeks into writing the final exams for the first semester. The time to when they had to refund me my money or some of my money was gone. So she told me point blank that, okay, we can change your program for you, but you would not get any money. And that means that all the fees I paid in the first semester, that's $10,000 I paid, everything gone down the drain. And if I decide to change my program, I don't have to write exams because I mean I'm not going to be in it anyway. And I was like, okay. At that moment, I knew what I felt, and I was like, you know what, that is fine. So all my money went down the drain. My first semester fee for that program went down the drain. I didn't get one CD out of it. That is one thing that nobody will tell you. Nobody will tell you until you are really at that point. So, my thing to you is if you really, really want to change your program, just make sure that you are doing it at the right time. When you get into it, don't wait to the last minute. Check your school calendar. We all know it. They have when they are doing their add and drop dates where they do registration. So definitely, I mean, they do have times where they're open for people to drop courses, seek for refund, change courses and everything. Do you get it? Because when you drop a course and you go into another one, they refund you. Maybe they will give you that refund towards you paying for your next tuition. It's not like they're going to give you the money physical cash, but they will give you money enough for you to maybe transfer that funds into paying the school fees of the other program that you want to get into. But I didn't know much. Everything I came here to do for the first semester was try and error, honestly. Because when I got in, school had already begun. I got in second week, I think to third week of, you know, when school had reopened. So it was like back to back for me. I had no plans of changing my program, honestly. I thought I could just ride with it to the end and later on figure myself out. But I realized that no, it was hard for me to get even to study. It was hard for me. I knew that I was gonna fail in some courses because if you don't have, I don't know about you, but here that true and poor doesn't work over here. Knowing that true and poor doesn't work over here, meaning that you really have to understand what you're doing. If you should fail a course, you're going to pay another $2,000 to rewrite it. Why? So I changed it because I know myself. I know that when I am into a space where I can really, really function properly, studying, understanding, grasping is not a problem for me. So you have to know why you want to change your course. I knew why I wanted to change my course. So it has to be a you thing. And I'm a mature student. I'm no longer 18, 19, 20 for my mom or dad to force a program on me. Do you get it? So let's look at this. If you're not the one paying your own school fees and everything, it will be hard for you to change your course. Now let's go back to it. I couldn't get a refund because of the time to when I came to request to drop my program or change my program. So one, I had lost my money. I'll be starting a whole new program in the next season. I can choose not to write exams. I decided not to write exam. If it's not going to affect me, then I wouldn't write it. I took that time out to really now figure things out because I could now breathe. I have no lectures, I have no class, I wasn't learning for any exams. So I used that little time to now fix myself up, look for a better job, breathe because I just needed a moment to breathe. The back to back was just too much for me. I mean, friends were calling me, Dorothy, you're writing an exam, won't you come in? And I'm like, nah, I've dropped the course. You're wasting money. I was like, it is me and my money. If I want to waste it, that is my problem. It's a decision you need to make on your own. Certain decisions when you get here, you need to make on your own. Yes, it's Canada, but it is you and your money as well. You're doing something based on what other people are saying, and you always have to go back to these people to ask for advice and what to do. But if it's something that you're doing and you have a plan to it, you go by it. Honestly. So if you're somebody that cannot be by yourself to make certain decisions, I don't think relocating is a good idea for you. You can come in and have fun and go back home. If you're somebody you're always waiting for the next person to tell you what to do, living alone here will be hard. Maybe come with your partner or come with somebody. The decision I made 2 years ago is what would break or make me. Do you get it? So it is that deep, but it's not that deep at the same time. I changed my program. I thought that was it. When they did it for me, they were like, okay, you're back. You are in the recreation and leisure service program. There you go. You start in winter. These are the courses you're going to be doing for the first semester. I was happy. So meaning I have a little break. Then it hit me. Oh, since you're now, starting all over again, your study permit, you have to extend it. I was like, huh? Really? They were like, yes, you have to extend your study permit. I was like, how do you do that? Now they told me, when you came in, you created an account on IRCC, right? You have to go back in and they showed me a long process. That is where you have to go back and request to, you know, extend your permit to when this particular program is over. Because even though it's still 2 years, if you're supposed to finish school in 2024, now that you've changed your program and you are one semester back, now you'll be graduating in 2025. So I was like, okay, fair enough. That is what I did. So I went through it. Program I was doing, it comes with a co-op. I'll be having two permits. And I was like, wow. That wasn't all. Another thing was supposed to have minimum of $2,000 in my account. I used my money when I got in here. I'd pay for accommodation and everything. I can't just have $2,000 sitting in my account just like that. And that is minimum of 2,000. It's supposed to have like 3,000. And I'm like, okay, I can work around it. The rule is can't apply for a study permit like they say 2 months to time. It has to be like 3 months way before that permit expires. So the earlier, the better. But I didn't really do it immediately because now I need to have all the requirements ready before I could do that. So I knew I had a lot on my plate, especially making sure that I have $2,000 sitting in my account. If I have more than $2,000 in my account, of course I'm going to use that to pay my school fees. I'm going to use that to pay for other things. I was told to go back and do my medicals again. And I was like, are you serious? If I'd come in and had changed right after when I came in, it wouldn't have been a problem. I could have used my old medical reports, my biometrics, and everything to apply. My biometrics was solid, but it was my medicals. I had to do it again. You're going to do everything you did back at home when you were coming. You're going to do everything again. And this time around, I think I was charged $300 for that. Can you imagine? The only thing that helped me as at that time was because I have insurance on campus. I'm a student, so I have insurance in the school. That helped, but before that, I had no idea. When you are applying for your co-op, the study permit and the co-op permit, I was charged close to $200. Let's say I pay like $150 before tax, so after tax and everything, almost like 160 or 175, something like that. You have to pay that after you filled your form. You have to fill your forms all over again. I was so scared to a point because now your location has changed, your residence where you live has changed, so you need to fill another form again. You have to do that online, and you have to make sure that you are actually doing the right thing. So it's a bit scary now going back to fill all this form again. But this time around, I'm not in Ghana filling it. I'm in Canada, so you have to put in the right information. The scary part of this whole thing is that when you're applying for your permit, the possibility of you getting it is very, very high because you're already in the system. But knowing that there might be a slim chance that they might not give you that extension, it wouldn't make you sleep at night. Do you get it? So I had to, in a way, relive all that feeling again. Process that you go through. Come on. And the money you pay, you are so not okay till you get your letters or you get your permits. That is when you can know that, oh my goodness, I can breathe because the requirements are not that funny at all. So I had to go in for my personal bank statement again from the bank I bank with over here. Can you imagine? So everything I did back at home, coming here or trying to get my study permit, I had to do everything again. But here, it's more like Canada version. So I had to go to my bank and I had to request for my personal statement. So meaning that I needed to put that $2,000 or $3,000 in my account to reflect that that is the money I am having in my account. You will get the money, but like I said, you're in Canada, you're a student, you wouldn't put that money in your account and leave it there when you have rent to pay. Do you get it? You wouldn't put that money in your account and leave it there when you have books to buy. The only good thing about this whole thing was I wasn't asked to bring statements of anybody sponsoring me. That was a relief. I like that a lot. So I had to go back to my bank back and forth, print it out. So the medicals, it goes straight to them. I had to scan my acceptance letter again from the new program and send that as well. My passport, like every other thing you did when you were coming here, I had to do all that again. But this time around, the Canada version of it, it was it was tedious. Roughly, like money wise, I had to have close to $4,000 to make my transition a good one or to make this steady extension thing a reality. Do I regret it? No. But would I change something else if I had a chance to? Yes. But not sit through that program. No. I don't regret not sitting in that program. I love the fact that I got out of it. Now what I would have done different was the fact that if I knew that I didn't like my program within the first 3 weeks, so that would have been the best moment for me to have gone to change my program because that's at that moment the cycle was still open. The dates were still good for me to have received some form of refund from school, and that would have helped my process because I mean, I paid. So if they're going to, I paid my full tuition. Even if I'm going to get like 50% out of it or 25, that money I would have used that to do other things. You get me? But one thing my auntie always says that she always tells me to keep telling myself is the fact that that program helped you get into Canada. So it is never money wasted. You never wasted your money. So think about it that way, Dorothy. So that is how I think about it all the time. I mean, it's hard. You can't just throw money away like that. It's hard to know that, to think that you threw. I'm always hard on myself when it comes to these things. So to think that I threw money away like that, of course, I mean, you get frustrated and sometimes it leads to depression. But when I started to think it the way my auntie told me to, global business management as a program helped me get into Canada. So yes, if I had to pay that to get in, that is fine. I have to move on. The money is gone. There's nothing you can do about it, and you've made your decision. So just stick to it. Yeah. And I am happy. So if you are out there and you really you're already in a system, right? And you really want to change your program to something else, just ask yourself these questions. Am I doing it at the right time? Can I get a refund? Is it really worth it? Do I really want to go through that stress? If the answer is yes, honey, go for it. If my school had not given me back my money because I was covered on the school when it comes to insurance, I paid out of my pocket. It was later on that I think, mostly when you have conversations, you talk to people, certain things get revealed to you or you get to know about certain information. That is how I got to know that, hey, no, you don't have to pay for it. If it has to do with hospital, anything, doctor, you're already covered under insurance. So go fill up a form, and you might never know. So I didn't even, I filled the form when I went to the international center, and I told them that, oh, I went to the hospital to do this, but I'm told I'm covered under insurance. The only thing that helped me was the fact that I also had my receipts and everything to show that this is where the immigration or the embassy had directed me to go. It's not like I went there myself. I think that was what also helped me, because you cannot just go to any doctor or any hospital and expect your insurance to cover it for you. Do you understand? If you have to do anything, you have to let them know first. So the only thing that saved me was the fact that it was the immigration or IRCC. It's part of the rules. They give you the specific places to go for these tests. So that is what saved me. And it took me a couple of, days into a week, but I finally got my money. It came at a time where I needed it the most. So let's say I got my money back. So advise that before you start the filling of the form, you have to make sure you have all these things sorted out. I have people that have come to me so many times and go like, "Oh, was it easy changing your program and all that?" It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it is possible. Like I said, if you're doing it because you want to do it, then you have to go ahead. But like all these things you have to put in place. Yeah, you are filling the forms and everything. It's different, so you have to make sure that whatever thing they're asking you, you are answering with the best of intentions. Don't hide anything. Say it as it is. If they're asking for your tuition fee, go back to your acceptance letter and write how much you pay. Don't ask them to wait. If you're asking for your rent, just write it as it is. So right now, my study permit is reflecting the time when I will finish this particular program. I have the old one and I have the new one. So there you go. If you really, really want to change your program, like I said earlier, and I keep saying this because I believe more of doing things because you want to do it, because at the end of the day, it is you that is going through whatever. You know what you're feeling. And also, it is your money, your hard and my, I don't care how you get it, but it is your money and it is your life over here. So you should have a lot of say in it. So if you really want to do it, then make sure you are ready to have these things in place, all these things I talked about in place before. Don't let anybody do it, do it yourself. Because I did it myself and I knew, or I know now what I've been through, I don't play with my books. I don't at all, because I know the stress I have gone through to be here. So I am always doing my best to ace my studies, do what I need to do, work hard, do me, and come out or graduate with flying colors. So I feel like all that is helping me shape me into being disciplined and going for what I want as well. It's not really about the money in the long run, it's about your peace of mind at the end of the day. So there you go. And if you're new here or you just got in, hi, Akwaba, you will survive. Trust me. You will be fine. My name is Dorothy Cornelius, and thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in my next video. Bye.